My hair all right? Just joking. Good to go?
All right, I'll start off. Just Coach, non-conference is a wrap, 11-2, going into conference play. Where do you feel like your team is at, your assessment of them?
You know, somebody asked me that yesterday, and I think they expect me to be like, oh, where were we supposed to be? I panicked like crazy. Not panic, but just I want to get better. And I think that we needed this time to work on some things. And I know that as good as the teams were that we played in the pre-conference, we're going to play better teams and tougher teams. And we played some good teams in the non-conference, but I just know how conference play is. And teams elevate their level to play conference games. Road games are really, really hard to play. I want to say for the second year in a row, we're starting off on the road. And so we have to be tough enough to go and be able to battle on the road and try to pick 2 games up. And so I'm happy with where we're at, but I'm not satisfied with where we're at, if that makes sense.
Last year, you guys didn't have nearly this long of a break, say between the non-conference finale and then going on the road. Like, I'm assuming that wasn't by design, but if it was, I guess, what do you feel like the benefit or maybe cost could be for this group?
No, it wasn't by design. It was how we could make the schedule. Yeah. I mean, just trying to figure out a schedule we could get. And we couldn't get any games after Christmas, and the schedule laid where it laid. So we're happy with where we're at, and we're happy that we got a break, and especially because we had a lot of injuries. And for the first time, I think, besides Will Jeffers, we're going to go out there with our whole team. And not even with like a guy with a strain or anything. Like we're healthy, and so in saying that, I'm glad we got the break. We needed it at the time. We needed it. If you remember, Jordan Crawford was coming off a hamstring injury. That's why he only played 10 minutes against Russ. So hopefully we can kind of get things together, take our whole team out there healthy, and see where we're at.
You know, some coaches say, non-conference doesn't help them as much when it comes to league play, but when you look at, how strong the conference looks right now and the tough wins that you've garnered along the way, do you think some of those wins will help you going into this conference slate?
Yeah, I think we won some really good games against tough opponents. I really do. I mean, we can discredit people all you want, but Grand Canyon, Richmond, they're historically really good programs. Southern Illinois, Eastern Kentucky won the league last year, if I'm not mistaken. Who else did we play in the non-conference? We played exactly. And so in playing those teams, like the point of playing them was to challenge ourselves with good teams. I think a lot of those teams won 20-plus games last year, which is we did. We all don't know who we're going to be coming into this year. You just have to play the games and figure it out. And so I am happy that we were able to win games. I think a lot of our opponents were conference-like opponents. So it wasn't like we went out there and played 8 LSU's or University of Texas and played them close. I'm like, oh, we're ready for conference. We played guys that were similar to what we're going to see in conference, size-wise, athletically, skill-wise, and hopefully we can take that experience into conference, and it can help us kind of be successful.
So UTEP once again, scrappy defensively, turn you over. Return some veterans, Otis Frazier especially. When you look at them, what's the key of making sure the turnovers are not a factor? As much of a factor as I guess they could be.
No doubt. Mastering the basics, like playing within ourselves, taking care of the ball, coming to 2-foot stops on paint touches and things of that nature, not passing the ball on the move. They're really good at when you get a rebound on the outlet pass, shooting back to take the ball, not being stationary on outlet passes, things of that nature. So we're working on a lot of those things. And then just being comfortable against their pressure. I mean, they can't beat you up. They're just pressuring the ball. And if we're just strong with the ball and pass to each other, I want to say pass to the light-colored jerseys, I think we'll be okay. I know it sounds simple, but their pressure is really good. They're very elite at turning you over and turning into points, but they do have flaws. They have ways that we can attack them too. They foul a lot, so if we're strong with the ball, we're a pretty good free throw shooting team. We can go to the line and make free throws. We got to play inside out and play through Bacho, who's not only a good scorer, but he's an excellent passer. And then we got to knock down the shots that we can get and knock down the opportunities to make open threes and things of that nature. If we can do that, I think we'll be fine.
You feel like you've got a better understanding going into this conference play, knowing the things that you need to work on to get to the point that you want to.
I would like to say that, but this is the first conference and trip in 5 years without Isaiah Crawford. There's still some adjustment on our sides need to be made. When you have a guy like, we're not the team. I know we have Daniel Bacho, we know we have Sean Newman, but neither of them have 5 years of experience in this conference. Where we're going to play some teams that guys have been in this conference since it was UAB and Florida Atlantic, who just know it. And so you always, as a coach, are on edge a little bit about how good we can be and if the guys actually know how tough the opponents are. I think that for every coach in America that has transfers right now that think that, oh, when we get to conference, it'll be easier, that is our fear. We had guys that play at a high level that don't understand how hard this conference is going to be, how hard it's going to be playing Liberty, how hard it's going to be playing West Kentucky, because it's going to be guys just like them in this conference. Guys that played at a higher level, guys that have been in this conference for 3, 4, 5 years. And if we can understand that and we can go out and exceed their intensity and just understand how hard we have to play, I think we'll be fine. But if we don't understand that and we take it for granted that we've had a good non-conference, I think, for anybody, it could be trouble.
For Jordan Crawford, I know we talk so much about what Sean does when he's on the floor, but how much have you just needed to see Jordan Crawford? I know he's been injured at times, but coming in that second unit and giving Sean a break at times, kind of commanding things, what have you seen from him?
You know what? Not so much Jordan. I mean, I think A.J. Bates has been really good. Like, Jordan just gives us another ball handler. He's not any different than the other players we have that are coming off the bench. Al Green's came off the bench and done great. It's just the ball handling aspect of it. But in the last 3, 4, 5 games, A.J. Bates has been dynamic till Jordan can come back. And so now it just gives us another third ball handler. And I think when we play a team like this and we have the option to rotate 3 guys instead of 2, what it does help is us give Sean Newman a little break out there. We can put 2 ball handlers out there at the same time. Really, really relax. Let Sean get some rest so at the end of the game we can be going. And we expect people to be at Sean now. After you do what he's done in the non-conference, he's going to be a focal point of everybody's scouting report. And adding another ball handler helps us to be able to play and do the same things we're able to do with him out of the game.
So, Conference USA is ranked 9th right now. It's the 9th best conference in the league per Ken Palm. I had to look up. That's the highest it's been rated since 2010, the Memphis days. What have you seen from the league so far, and just how much do you think it's going to be even more of a gauntlet to get through this 18-game slate?
League is really good. I mean, the league has dominated home games. Kennesaw beat Rutgers at home. And so we've been able to really win our home games, and that's a key to being good, first of all. And the second thing, we've been really competitive on the road and won our neutral games. It's hard to win on the road at any level. But we've done a really good job of competing and winning a few on the road. And then we won our, I want to say we went 3-0 at our tournament. Liberty goes and wins their tournament in the Virgin Islands. It's been as good or as strong as I've seen it since I've been in the league, and that was a long time ago. But probably better. And I just hope that the league can keep it up. I feel like it should have been one of the most respected leagues in the country, and we know it's not Power 4. We get that, but it's a respected level of basketball, and it always has been, that people need to respect and give credit to.
Ben, you got anything?
Yeah, Coach, you might have asked this. I cut out for a sec, but defensive rebounding has been a little bit of an issue throughout non-conference play. I'm sure you guys have worked on it obviously a ton, but how do you clean some of that up as you get into league play?
Get Will Jeffers healthy. No, we've had to adjust. Will is a big guy that rebounds. And so if you notice that when Will went out of the lineup, we've been playing Caden Cooper at the 4 a lot. And really, it's just a 4-guard lineup. He's having to guard the 4s, but he's a wing. And the crazy part is he's doing his part. It's not that position. It's when we have to go with another guard in there with Caden Cooper, and we're smaller. Now we don't have Caden Cooper, Will Jeffers, and Bacho in. So, yes, we work on it, but that's a personnel issue that we're trying to do. Devin Ree is healthy again, so we'll put Devin in there, and we'll fight Devin to get better rebounding and get tougher rebounding. And then, to be really honest, I'm challenging Bacho to get back to the rebounding that we know Bacho can do, because he's nowhere near the 10 rebounds that he averaged last year. And if we can get Bacho to where he's at and then get Devin to get a few more and then fight our guards to just get the scraps, I think we'll be okay.
Anything else? All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Ben. Oh, man.